Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome to a best of 5 grand finals between Hero and Shin from the Korean StarCraft League number 68. As we're starting off on Ultra Love, and this is a match between two players that like to be quite aggressive, that like to punch each other in the face and are not necessarily too keen on defending their own face, which tends to make for entertaining games, at least in my opinion. Okay, opener here. Out of Hero. Gonna snipe that first. Overlord is going to be capable of hiding what the follow-up is going to be. Could be Fast Twilight Council, could be 2 more Oracles, 3 more Oracles, 17 more Oracles. We've seen it all out of Hero. For now though, it's just going to be single Oracle into Twilight plus Forge. At the same time, what do we have here out of Shin? Just a standard gas opener with speed and into a layer is what I assume. It's going to go up to 5 queens here total. 3 over here, 1 in each other base, and a spore per base to kind of finish this all off. Hero is really keen on taking out these rocks, making sure he's going to be secure from any attacks coming out of the front. Of course, queen walks are quite popular on this map due to its relatively short rush distance. It's really just a zoomed out screen away. So if these queens and roaches start marching, you need to have some extra defense, and that wall is going to help out there. Void Ray plus Stalker and Adept are going to be capable of clearing majority of these links. I'm not sure if this Stalker is even gonna die. Yep, 1 Stalker will fall, but that's an absolutely fine trade here for a Hero who's gonna accidentally lead a couple of these links into his own main base. Links will get a scout as a result, and they're not gonna be seeing something revolutionary. But not seeing something revolutionary already is quite a nice scout as well. Just getting that confirmation. Hey, Forge, Twilight, you have Chronos on there. We don't have a fast robotics facility. Usually if it's a charge type of build or a glaive build, we're expecting a faster robo, especially with charge. With glaives, maybe a delayed Forge is what we'd expect. So I believe that Shin understands what is going on currently in this game. And we're just going to have to wait and see what his response is going to be as a result of gathering that information. It's going to be a Hydralisk then. We have a gas mining over here, a bunch more drones, and now a flood of links coming out. I don't think you can attack into this. I'm actually fairly certain you can't attack into this. He's going to clear 1 Stalker, loses a couple of links. Probably worth it here for Shin. Does need to be careful though. With this type of commitment, very frequently you see Zergs go in, and then the battery or oracles coming in and kind of saving the day. You lose 10, 12 links. Could be a waste. But for now, okay trades here. Shin is going to go for a bit of a run by here with the links. Does meet the Void Ray. And the Void Ray says, no, not over here, my dear friend. As 5 Stalkers, 2 Adepts and an Oracle walk into a hatchery. And the hatchery, I think, here is about to die. Stasis Ward is not being showcased here quite yet. I would love for this Oracle to just move a little bit further away, because this is quite, yeah, there you go, quite transparent. And Shin realized he did a beautiful dodge there, not even getting a single link caught. Oracles now need to activate, but they're practically out of energy. Queens are going to be moving in forward, and we're going to get a full recall here out of Hero, who's also going to end up losing both of these Adepts against the Hydralisk. Now, what am I seeing here is a bit of a Hydralisk rush, actually. We're going to get +1 range. We're getting the Muscular Augments, as well as the Grooved Spines here. Of course, the range upgrade for the Hydralisk. Meanwhile, on Hero's side of things, we're getting a Templar Archives, 67 workers, 2 more cannons, 3 more cannons. That means he read this situation absolutely correctly. He saw this and said, hey, you have almost no workers, you have nothing of real value. All I need to do is stay alive on 3 bases and I will be fine. He's adding 4 cannons right now into this area. He's adding a cannon plus battery into his natural. Shin moving across the map, high Hydra count. We have 18 Hydras. Void Ray is going to get sniped here instantly. Missile attacks level 1 is about to finish up as well, as a Hydra moves onto the high ground. Gonna get pumped by that cannon. Here we go, moves in forward. There are no storms here for any type of zoning, for any type of damage output. 2 cannons get sniped practically instantly. Stasis Ward's not really achieving a whole lot. Look at the reinforcements here, okay? This is interesting. We're seeing links, we're seeing some drones. All of these cost just minerals, and that means that this Spire can utilize all of the gas that is currently being saved. Shin is playing with fire, and let's see if Hero can get a bucket of water ready here to deal with this threat. Okay, there we go. Stasis Ward is going to get triggered as Shin just kind of walks up into this natural. It's going to get a cannon down. It's going to probably get a couple of workers as well. This is a very nice setup defensively for Shin. Kind of holding this concave over here, making it hard for Stalkers to push in. Into Hydras is always scary. You often want to micro back against them. 10 probes have now gone down. And this push is coming to an end. It probably was a very favorable trade here for Shin, because he's going to be capable of getting this as well. Look at this. Stasis Ward actually blocking out the Stalkers from moving towards the low ground. Could only blink into those Hydras and Lynx, which is not something you want to do. We now have, what, 10, 12 Mutas on the way behind all of this. Storm is about to finish up, as the natural is not being rebuilt quite yet. Fort base, though, is about to finish. So we're gonna get into this weird situation where the worker count for Shin is still fairly garbage. But he has extremely good gas mining. He's going to be capable of massing Mutas. He's getting melee upgrades as well, as he's popping into Muta 13 and 14 right now. Baneling Nest coming out on top of all of that. See if these Mutas are actually going to get scouted. Does Hero see them? Okay, he's going to see this one Mutalisk, and will as a result know that there's more Mutas flying into his main base. Can he actually blink in? I think he can definitely blink over this cliff, right? Is he going to do that? He has a couple of Stalkers in position, or at least in semi-position. 3 workers going down. We've lost 2 Mutas so far, so pretty reasonable trades here for Hero up until now. 7 more Mutas coming out, and that is an issue. Shin getting the confirmation that there is no natural being rebuilt, and this has to be kind of a relaxing thing to scout. The moment you realize there is no fort base going to be mining, you know that there's no gases yet over here, and you yourself are on 81 workers, it's going to make it extremely difficult, in my mind, to kind of lose. Because you're just so far up. You can wait until your opponent attacks you, or you can just continue pumping more and more Mutas and then get like insane Baneling counts. Either way, you should be fine. Baneling count for now is actually non-existent, which could be an issue. 24 Banes now on the way. Centrifugal hooks halfway done. That means that storms are going to be extremely effective against this army. First storm is going to be absolute dog water. We get a blink forward here as well. Does Hero have vision of what's going on? Oh, not really. Doesn't quite know where that army is. Banelings now are going to start waddling in forward. One storm is good. Going to catch about 8. Next storm is good as well. But these Banelings don't end up dying. And we'll get the connections with all of those Templar. And as a result, Shin here is going to be taking game number 1. Ooh, up next we have Shin moving across the map here with a drone. And this is a map that a lot of you might not recognize. It's called Arrowholm. And it's one of the outcomes of online tournament organizers becoming a little bit more ballsy in their map picks. As they say, hey, you know what? If Blizzard or ESL isn't hosting a real circuit, then we can actually make some changes by just, you know, having a couple of different maps in the map pool. And I think this is a very positive trend. At least it's a trend that I personally support. I really enjoy watching games on new maps. They tend to be a little bit more chaotic, which I think tends to increase the entertainment value when watching as well as when playing. It's nice to have a little bit of diversity, of course, in the map pool. And, you know, if the official institutions are not changing in maps quickly enough for whatever reason they might have, then, you know, the tournament organizers kind of... taking the initiative is something that I wholeheartedly support. And there's a couple of maps that I personally wouldn't mind getting out of here. Look at that probe. Freaking playing with fire over there. Juggling those fire juggles. What do you call those? Pins? What do they juggle that they set on fire? It's like, I guess it's torches, right? Yeah, juggling torches. Ooh, what the hell is this? This seems idiotic. And as a result of that, I'm a huge fan of it. Oh, this has legitimately 0 chance of working. This is also just... Oh, it's... Whoa. Glory to the Daemon. Look at this. Look at the vision range that Hero has had over here from probes transferring. Oh, no. It just barely doesn't reach. It just barely doesn't. Okay. What are we going to do here? We get a Roach Horn. We get speed out. Links are out, 6 of them. I mean, he's not going to see it. If the first probe doesn't see it, the second one won't see it either. So, let's take a first-person look here at Hero's setup. Okay, let's see. The pump it up, macroing, little pile in the wall. Oh, 2 adepts, that's fun. Oh, 6 links. Weird, what's he doing with those? Very funny. Alright. Okay. It shows right now on the minimap. Did Hero C see it though? Or did he, you know? I'm not sure if he actually noticed it. Okay, now he saw it for sure. He's like, oh, wait a second. It's time for at least one battery. Battery in the natural as well. I wouldn't even mind a full wall, but I also don't mind a battery in the wall. I think both are fair options. I love that he hasn't recalled these adepts and instead is just playing this out very aggressively, to be honest. Getting 4 more kills. Now he's going to recall them. He says, hey, I dealt the maximum damage. I have so much money that all I need to do is not die. Now, that is not necessarily an easy thing, as this is a spore crawler rush as well. We have a spore here that went up in the main base. That means that this oracle isn't going to be half as useful as it should be. Adepts against stalkers are not actually that great either. Second spore now coming down. Oh, I don't think you actually want to target it down. He's going to target it down. He will get it. And thus it was the correct call. We still have a chrono boost, no battery over. No, we actually do have a battery overcharge available, or an energy recharge available, sorry. It seems like these adepts by themselves are actually just going to be doing a phenomenal job. And with the probes to surround as well, more batteries now finishing up. I think this is just going to be a hold, to be quite honest. This absolutely is going to be a hold. There is no two ways around this. This is a hold. There we go. Void Ray is trying to poke in, deal some more damage. Do we have any stalkers on the way? No, we don't. But probes, plus batteries, plus adepts apparently is just going to be good enough. Zealot in there, pushing out some damage as well. 5 batteries, 3 of which are still full energy. And Shin taps out with the GG. Cool strategy out of Shin. Would have been even cooler if it had a chance of succeeding. But to be fair, for a second, I almost started believing. The problem with this type of strategy is that you also need some reinforcements from your main base, and links were kept busy for a very long time. You know, Shin lost a bunch of extra workers there as well, so not having quite as much money as he would have liked. But you kind of need to poke at the front, and you force the Protoss to kind of split their attention over 2 bases. Because right now, Hero had like, what is it, 5, 6 batteries in the main base. All of the adepts in the main base as well. Like natural was fully walled, but if you can just force at like 2-3 batteries there, force like 1 or 2 units, you know, that really lowers the damage output that you have in your own main base. So yeah, Shin there with a I guess an unlucky build for him as Hero ties up the series. As we're seeing this continued wall out of Hero, where he really tries to wall off with the pylon gate cybercore. I don't actually think this is a complete wall. It feels to me like there is a little bit of a hole over here. So this is a double hole wall in my opinion. I could be wrong on that. I don't think I am. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to see, but this does not, I mean, this does not feel tight at all. This did not. I don't think so, buddy. I don't think so. Stargate's gonna come in. We're not quite seeing this warp gate being started yet over here, as 2 queens and an overlord are on the way. Links are gonna chase this probe away, of course, and we're gonna see a 3rd base relatively soon here at 32 supply is what Shin is gonna go for. Hero's probe is not gonna get a full confirmation, but saw the drone go down, sees 4 links chasing. I think he can figure out what this is going to be. All right, Adept making its way across. It's gonna go in for a shade into the natural. Is this a chronoed one? No, it's not. This is an unchronoed Adept. It's gonna rally it back home. This bad boy, what are you up to, buddy? Let's see what you want to do. Into the main we go. Don't finish it up. Alright. Very conservative play here out of Hero. Surprisingly so, given that it is Hero. It's gonna plug the hole in this wall. Still has... This is not what we call a secure wall, by the way. So this is one of these walls where if links show up and they start right-clicking like a maniac over this wall, they can often just kind of squeeze through. It's not super useful majority of the time, but sometimes in certain situations, you know, you're going to be capable of getting in, and maybe you get a couple of probe kills, maybe you force a recall out or something of the sort. So just something to keep in mind. That ideally, Hero does create like a backup wall with like gate, in which you can kind of like put that adept and have a proper full wall. So once again, just like in game number 1, we're going to get the Overlord snipe straight away. Overlords need to run back home right now as the 3rd base starts up with the double adepts nearby. Kind of tucked in nicely between the nexus, between some mineral patches. You know, they're all finding their spot like a bunch of naked mole rats. They're just fitting in wherever they can. As I went to the Disney Animal Kingdom recently, I saw a bunch of naked mole rats, and the guy there told me that that mole rats can live for very long times. I did not know that. I thought they were like rats and mice, you know, surviving like what 1, 2, 3 years tops. But apparently there's a naked mole rat that has survived for like 66 years or something like that. And over there they had some naked mole rats. They were legitimately like 40, 45 years old, which is crazy to me. I did not know naked mole rats could do that. They actually weren't sure whether naked mole rats for a while even could get cancer. Because that is what I think mice and rats die of very frequently or always. But naked mole rats, up until recent, you know, they hadn't found it in them. That's what the guy told me. I did not fact check this information. So, you know, this is, you know, this is a chain. This is how disinformation starts, all right? By a guy in the Disney Animal Kingdom. I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and flame him if I end up being wrong, let me tell you. This guy's gonna get one nasty LinkedIn message. Okay, what is this? Glaives. I think that Shin should be capable of figuring out what's going on. And he's gonna throw the Evo chamber here. You know what's funny about this wall? Is because this Evo chamber isn't offset in on the grid. It's going to be impossible to wall this with a 3x3 building. So you're gonna need to do it with a spore. Which could suck. And we'll soon see why, I believe. Alright? Because you do really want to wall this area. And you can't do it with a single Evo chamber. You're going to need either double Evo chambers over here or a spore in between. And as the spore isn't starting, I'm actually a little bit afraid here for Shin. Shin is building a lot of roaches. But he is not here with the links. He can't stop the adept from shading in here either. Hero's just going to kind of walk in and say, hey, my dear friend, you have 2 roaches. I have freaking 17 adepts over here. Good luck. And drones are now starting to fall. Links are trying to move in forward. Roaches are getting in close. Oh, that is just beautiful. That is just beautiful. Look at that. Adept's also going to hold position here in the main base. That's a lot of damage here to take if you're a Zerg player. We have 3 more roaches on the way. We have an extra gate coming out as well. So that's going to bring the total amount of gates up to 5. Blink about to finish up too. So I think there's going to be plenty of units here defensively to hold on. We still have 1 Oracle, 1 Void Ray alive. Ravagers now coming out. It is 50 army supply to 31. But every single Warpin cycle is going to be huge. And every single battery that gets added also is going to be huge. Having a stasis ward here would be helpful. Void Ray is potentially going to spot this drop. That could be a pretty big deal. Oh, it's gonna miss it barely. That sucks, because if you find this drop, you know, oh, you're guaranteeing, you know, just a scout and maybe even capable of taking it out, meaning that if you ever clear these queens, your air units are going to be capable of winning the, you know, the real battle in the air. Ravagers now under attack. Oh, Oracle's actually going to get knocked out though by a bile there. Very sloppy coming out of Hero, but I still think it's just going to be good enough. 58 army supply to 38. We have a bunch more Stalkers being warped in. Blink finishing up soon. GG gets called as Hero wins game number 3 here on ley lines. I'm really quite surprised that Shin didn't manage to make the read of Glaives, because I guess it's not the most obvious one, but if you see 4 or 5 adepts at the 3rd base, it should at least be in the back of your mind. You know, you should mentally prepare for it. And if you're mentally prepared, you can kind of physically prepare. Ooh, what's Hero doing here? He's opening up with a Twilight Council. Stalker first, into Adept. Oh, he's baiting this thing to come in, huh? Look at that. That is bait if I've ever seen it. He's waiting. Now he's gonna show. Do you get this? I don't actually know if you get it. I don't think you do. It's gonna be close for sure. It's a big deal. We have 2 Overlords on the way. Okay. Is this gonna... Yeah, it's gonna go down, right? Final shot. I think actually final shot. Oh! It survived? Oh, what? I was thinking already, man, that felt very in range. Well, why the hell would he do that? Just to trick me? Oh, prick. Gonna go for a Dark Shrine here. 2nd gate. Robotics facility as well. It's going to expand towards the bottom side. Okay. You know what? I kind of dig that. I really do. I kind of do dig that. It's going to be a 3-gate DT drop for now. We have 2 more gases on the way. No, just 1 more gas. I expect 2 more gas, but it's just going for 1. Maybe I'm not too familiar with this build. Could take out this mineral patch and get a 3rd out. Okay, it's actually... Is it a 3-gas, 3-gate? Full wall, by the way. Oh, wow. I hadn't even really realized that, if I'm being honest. Okay, this is a full wall setup, which is easy to scout. But has Shin scouted that? So far the answer is no. He's not aware of the fact that this is a full wall setup. Hasn't even checked the 3rd base over here. Does not have a lot of vision on the bottom side, which is most definitely where this prism is going. Oh, it's gonna find it. Yeah, that's a very neat scout here. Okay, is seeing the warp in. So you see DTs here. You can see that. You absolutely can. Spore is gonna be making its way over, as in it is starting now. There's no Spore done, actually. This is a fast push in, 440. At least it's not slow. Okay, a couple of links going down. Queen's now under attack. It's going to require 2 more swipes out of these DTs. There we go. First queen goes down. Links falling at a rapid pace as well. Spore from the main base, or from the naturals, moving over here towards the 3rd. As Shin is just trying to stabilize this 3rd base, and it's not really working out so far. It's going to catch a single DT to start things off with. Don't forget, we still have the ability for this prism to move into the main base, where currently there's not a whole lot of units in position. Links are going to be moving in. Should be capable of killing these DTs, or at least forcing them to pick up. We're going to get a pickup on 3 out of the 4. 2 of them fairly damaged. Ooh, Queen's in position to push this away. As I do believe that Shin is somewhat secure right now. Gonna get a recall on this. Don't forget, if you hold this with pure links, that you're always going to have the follow-up issue, okay? And the follow-up issue is very simple. It is the issue of having to deal with Archons. And that is a reality that Shin now needs to deal with. He has a queen count of 4, 37 links, hardly any drones, and here comes the Archon drop. And if you don't have roaches, it means that every battle is going to be a trade. Or well, it's not really a trade because you're not getting anything. Like a little bit of shield HP out of the Archon. But the Archon should never die. If you have roaches, if you get like 7, 8 roaches, like these Archons are not trading well at all. They might kill 1 roach. But against links, you can kill like 10, 15, 20 links. You can kill queens if there's not, if there's only 4. He's desperately trying to add in a couple more. It's up to 5 already right now. They don't have a lot of DPS. This is a bad move here out of Hero. He's going to lose a lot of HP, as well as all of his shields on this prism. A couple of force fields at the same time are going to keep this base alive. I think this was honestly a poorly executed attack here out of Shin. He's going to end up losing a lot of these links. Will not really get anything done. Forces a Zealot warp in, and some minor mining gets interrupted, but that's really all there is. Same time, Adepts now coming back home to deal with this threat. We have what is this? Roaches, we have +1, we have Glial Reconstitution, and 58 workers. This is starting to feel like we're just going for a queen roach push. 4th base insanely late. 1 queen has gone down already. 2nd queen in some serious trouble as well. Archons can move or turn around and maybe shoot a couple more of these links. That's exactly what they're doing right now. 4th base on the way already for Hero. I mean, if the 4th base for the toss is the same time as the 4th base for the Zerg player, usually that just means that the Zerg player is going to be in some serious trouble. And I think the Zerg player is in some serious trouble. 6 Overlords on the way. We're gonna see Shin pumping these numbers at least a little bit in the next minute or so. And then I'm expecting an attack, but another Overlord here is going to get taken out. We have 1 more Overlord that could get cleared by these 2 Archons. 16 kills and 6 kills respectively on these 2 bad boys. Queen in some serious trouble right now. 1 more volley. There we go. Another queen goes down. I think that's the 2nd one. No, that's, oh my god, 4 queens have gone down so far in this game. We still have 4 available, so that means 8 queens got built in total. Here comes Shin. He has 143 supply. A lot of that is in army, as his worker count is quite pathetic. Force fields now are being taken out by these vials. Control is good so far on this force. It's going to be +1 in favor of Hero. Hero probably is thinking like, hey, I kind of want to move across the map and kill you soon. But if you want to come to my side of the map, you can You can also fight here. You want to give me the home advantage. I'm going to be completely fine with that. Stalkers are going to be blinking in forward. Archon's dropping on top of this army. And the Immortals in the back dishing out a crap ton of damage here. Ravagers being taken out at a very high pace. This blink was perhaps a little bit too much. And right now I think Shin is going to kind of shift his mentality from wanting to kill to just wanting to stay alive. Because quite frankly, his army looks like hot garbage. And the moment Hero actually makes its way across, I think Shin is going to be in a world of trouble. You have a Colossus coming in behind this. Biles are connecting with one of these Immortals. That's a big deal. Archon goes down. More Biles are connecting with this army. As more and more Biles actually dealing good damage. But the damage output is just a bit too high. 5 Immortals, a bunch of Stalkers with the +1 upgrades is just going to be too strong for this Ravager Link force of equal supply to deal with it. GG gets called. Hero is going to win this finals of the Korean StarCraft League 68 with a 3-1 score. And that's going to be it for me as well today. Thanks all so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy this series. Please subscribe to the channel if you did like it. That's the thing, the single thing, very low effort that helps me the absolute most. So please do that if you can. And yeah, I hope to see all of you next time for a new video. Bye-bye.